Happiness is when life fulfills your needs. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. And last time we got together, we were talking about being successful and being fulfilled and so on, that you can't really be successful unless you feel fulfilled. And that brought us to, or at least brought me to, the topic of happiness. What is happiness? And as we just said, happiness is fulfilling your needs. So that brings us to the question, we philosophized on what is happiness, pleasure, activities. Does that make you happy? You go to a party, you go nuts. Some people go out and they, oh, I'm going to go out and get a lot to drink, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, but are they really happy? So happiness is fulfilling the needs. And I was working from an article by Kenneth Benjamin from the Happiness International team, and I gave you kind of the first half of it last time, and this time we're going to go into the how-to, because this channel is all about blueprints, and if we're going to talk about happiness, let's talk about how to be happy. So let me get back to Mr. Benjamin, and I quote, "I like to think of each of us like one of those big recording studio mixer boards. The ones with all the sliding controls and knobs, some which interact with each other, some working separately, all working together to produce the final product. We're like that. Each knob and slide may be set a particular way, the way that produces the person we are. Each of us is like the same model of mixer board. Let's call it Homo sapiens 1. We each have the same knobs and sliders, but we each have them set just a little bit differently. Our current theory, largely based on new scientific discoveries about how the brain works and on current happiness theories, has identified 9 universal and overlapping human needs, which go by the handy acronym of We Promise. We Promise stands for, well, the W stands for well-being, mind-body connection, aspects of your physical body that affect your mood, and vice versa. Environment, external factors like safety, food availability, freedom, weather, beauty, and your home. Pleasure, temporary experiences such as joy, sex, love, and eating. Relationships. As a social species, relationships are at the foundation of what it means to be human. Outlook. How you approach the world through adventurousness, curiosity, and making plans. Meaning. Having a purpose and the wisdom to understand it all. Involvement. To be happy, you have to be engaged and actively involved. Success. Confirmation from yourself and others that what you do has value. And the E in We Promise stands for elasticity. How you recover from life's inevitable negative events. Now, these 9 categories cover the range of human needs in a very general way and are intentionally overlapping, just as our thoughts and feelings overlap in our mind. For example, the thrill of a roller coaster ride is a mix of fear, elasticity, joy, pleasure, adventure, outlook, shared experience, relationships, safety, environment, upset tummies, well-being, the courage to ride, involvement, and the reward of having done it, success. All these are experienced in one event, many at the same moment in time. While we promise categories are a convenient way to organize and simplify our universal needs, they are just the beginning. We are each more complex than that. And just as I like to say that there's three parts of the balance sheet: the personal side, the spiritual side, and the business side, the ideal situation, it would be, of course, to divide them up 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, or in this case with We Promise, 9 equal parts. But life isn't like that. So sometimes you pay more attention to one aspect than you would to another. But the point is, there has to be some sort of a healthy mix that you put together that makes you a complete person. And some people are much bigger, let's say, on the business side. Some people are much bigger on the spiritual side, and of course, some people are much bigger on the business side. So it depends, who you are, and that's what separates us as people, doesn't it? Where we place the amount of time that we're going to spend in each of those categories. So it's kind of important to break things down. So I'm going to put the We Promise information in the below so that you can take a look at it, because I found it very, very interesting. And if nothing else, one of the things I want Eli to be not only successful, but I want him to be happy. And because we will never end a meeting on a philosophical note, let's all get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.